Okay. I really hope nothing falls. Okay, let's get started. So, welcome to my channel. If you are new, my name is Shalene. Welcome back if you are a recurring visitor. If you know me personally, you know that I am a bookworm. I love books with my heart and soul. Anyways, today we're gonna be doing a book tour. I've never really seen these done before. I'm planning on just like showing you the books that I've read and haven't read, and the books I've read I'll tell you if they're worth reading, and if I haven't read them I'll just show you what they look like. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so first book that I'll grab today is the illustrated Norse myths. I got this years ago, okay? Like, my dad bought these in the States, and there's also an illustrated Greek myths. All of them I have been read. My dad read them to me because I was like really young. Not that I didn't know how to read when I was really young, it's just nicer when you hear someone read to you. The illustrated Greek myths was great, okay? I would highly recommend getting this. I don't know where he got this. If I remember where I got the books, I'll tell you. But I think that this was a bookstore in America a long time ago. But you should definitely look this up. I'm also going to try and link as many of the books in the link below as possible in the description box, because I know a lot of people that I have as subscribers love to read as well. So there's this, and then the Norse myths is also pretty good. I think they're the same author or something, but you know, it's just like we've got cool inside pictures on some of the pages. Really entertaining if you're into that sort of thing. Next one we have, I got this as a Christmas present. It is currently holding pressed flowers for future projects. But it is 365 Days of Wonder. So it's like a quote book. Like, here, let's look at today. Today is the 17th. If your ship doesn't come in, swim out to it. So that is, you know, great book if you need encouragement. Yeah. Next we have Thorn. Funny story. Okay, so I was in a book club. It was just like a little fantasy book club, you know. I have a few books in here from that actually. But Thorn is one of the ones that I didn't read. Which is really funny because I bought it for $5.25, and now it is selling in most bookstores for $30. So I got it for basically free for how good it is doing. So maybe I should start it. I've also seen it recommended a lot. Yes, so there is that. Next we have a collection of James Bond books. We've got Casino Royale, Live and Let Die, Goldfinger, From Russia with Love, and Thunderball. So I think Casino Royale and Live and Let Die were the first two that Ian Fleming ever wrote. But yeah, I started Live and Let Die and Casino Royale, and I must say they didn't hook me right away. I got this case of 5 for $15 from Kohl's Books, a branch of Indigo. Oh, that was sad. Okay. Next we have Fancy Pants. My friend gave this to me for Christmas. Okay, next we have 1984 by George Orwell. I believe this was banned in some countries. Not mine. And then The Legend of Sleepy Hollow and Rip Van Winkle. So, I think that I read this when I was younger, actually, but this is actually a copy from my mom's years in elementary school. Stephen King, The Green Mile. My Auntie Erica's son used to have this. We'll have to see how good it is. Chapter 8 is on page 316. So, Stephen King loves those long chapters, doesn't he? Ah, yes, my 5th grade years. Chasing Lincoln's Killer and The Plot to Kill Hitler. Read them both. Pretty good. Can't say they're my favorite books I've ever read, but that's because my taste has changed. And I've read more books, but these are definitely worth reading. Next we have The Candle and the Flame. Okay, I read this one. And it was odd. It was good, but it was odd. It's another fantasy book. It's one of the ones from the book club. I probably wouldn't read it again, but it was enjoyable while it lasted. Next we have The Books of Magic. My dad is like a DC guy, and I must say this is actually a really good book. It's part of this series. Yeah, the illustrations are really beautiful. It's a graphic novel. So yeah, Neil Gaiman. I don't know if that name is familiar to you, but my dad read the Sandman series and he was like in his 20s or something. I don't know. Next we have Wish. My best friend gave this to me. It was, I think, yeah, it was pretty sad actually, but it was a really good book. I should give this to my sister. I think she might like it. Next, The Animal Farm. Holy moly, guys. Okay. A great book. Even better illustrations based off an essay of George Orwell. Beauty Shop for Rent. This is cool. Okay, I got this book. I won't give you the location because then you know where I live. But it was basically like a surprise book. So it was wrapped in a paper bag, and it gave you like basic little 1-point pointers of what the book was about, and it was I think $5 for every book, and so I got a hardcover for $5 or $10, and it was really good. It was super good. Great for early teenagers. Next we have The Odyssey. I think that this is the whole Odyssey, but it is in graphic novel form. It is a thick book, okay? It's got some weight to it. Yeah, so it's a graphic novel adaptation by Garrett Hines. Yeah. It's really beautiful. I mean, like, the detail is insane. Okay, next. Oh, this is another book club one. We've got Wicked Saints. This is the first one. I read this in March of 2019, and let me tell you, I still don't know how to pronounce that name. But it was a really good book. Really good book. Clicked, bought this impulsively at a bookstore. It wasn't worth $9, but it was still pretty cool. It has every chapter, it's got that kind of cool thing. That's kind of what hooked me, is the look. So, you know. Winterwood. This was my favorite book for a really long time, and I want to reread it because it's got a dual point of view. So, like, every chapter is a new POV. So, Nora, and then Oliver. It was a really good book. That one was, yeah, I think that this is what I was gonna lend to my friend. So good. Okay. An Invisible Thread. I have no idea where I got this. Oh, wow. The Thousandth Floor. This was a recent read. I bought this at a bookstore, and it was interesting. I would recommend it, but it's like, it's really weird. I don't know, I have mixed feelings about this book. There's a sequel. I'm not gonna read the sequel because it's actually like so wacky. But yeah, we're gonna read it if you want. It's definitely a page turner. Okay, we can continue on to up here now. This is a little set. Here we have Absolutely Truly. My aunt gave me this one, and then I bought the sequel. Great books. So good. My sister would love these. I'll give these to my sister. Like, guys, I want to be the girl in this novel. She has the best room. She lives in a small town. It's great. I love it so much. Next, another series. There are more books in this series. I only have the first two. My aunt gave me this whole series. So Nevermoor and Wundersmith. Also great books. My sister would love these as well. The story is so easy to follow. It's great. Next we have This Is Not a Ghost Story. I started this one. It has my favorite bookmark. But it's pretty good so far. I'm only 60 pages in, but it's pretty interesting. I've been getting books from the library recently. Moving on. The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar and Six More. This is by Roald Dahl, and Roald Dahl is great, okay? Like, he has wonderful stories. So it has The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar and then 6 short stories. And I read The Hitchhiker, and my dad read The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar when I was younger, so I definitely want to reread those because now I'm older, I might understand what's happening a little bit more. Next, The Witches. This was a really good one. I really liked this book. It was really good. I also love this format of book. It's so easy to follow, especially if so my sister is not as much into books as I am until she finds a book that she is sucked into. And so I think that with formats of books, like Geronimo Stilton, he has books that engage the reader visually as well as the words enticing your brain, right? So when you're younger, having these little enticements is definitely helpful. Whereas when you're older, of course, like, words are words. You don't need pictures because you've been reading for so long that you're already, you know your taste, you know what you like, so you don't need these extra little things to find your way, right? That's what I just love about books. What do the Crawdads sing? Guys, holy shizzle. This was great. She threw me for a loop at the end. You should read this 100%. You have not lived until you read Where the Crawdads Sing. I let my aunt borrow this. And my other aunt gave it to me for my birthday, and I think she read it herself, yeah. And the guys, everyone that I have recommended it to has loved it. Yeah. It's so much. It's just like, what a roller coaster. It definitely took me a while to get get it rolling. But once you got there, you couldn't stop. It was a lot. Refugee. This is another really good book. I got this for Christmas years ago. 2 years ago, 1 year ago, I don't know. Recently, not recently. It was also really good. This is it's a 3 POV. So it was definitely a challenging read in that sense, that you had to remember whose POV you were reading from. But other than that, it was a great book. Got this, yeah, for Christmas, like I said. Next, The Book Thief. Guys, man, 13 was a great year for me because I got this book and it was my life. I cried so hard at the end. It was so much. It was, what a book. By Gaslight. I literally bought this when I was still attending public school. I have not read it. Okay. Havenfall. Read it in that same fantasy book club. Have not touched it. I don't think that this one did so well. Thorn did really well, as it appears everywhere I go. That one does not. The Alice Network, guys. Legitimately my favorite book ever. I've read it how many times? 2.5, 3? Oy. Yeah. My favorite book. The Girl on the Train. Another great one. It was, let me tell you, the ending, did not expect that at all. Yeah. We gotta speed through this. This is a long video. Okay. Big Friendly Giant. Have not read. Honestly, don't think that I'm going to. I watched the first part of the movie and I couldn't even make it through there. Question of Holmes. Impulse buy at a store in April of 2021. I actually did a haul with Livia and I showcased this. I'm pretty sure that I bought one that it's like it's a series, and I didn't buy the first one. I bought one from the middle, of course, because I don't read details, I just read titles. Okay, The River, which is a sequel to The Hatchet. I don't know why I have that, but anyways. Sweep. Started this, read other books, lost track and stuff, but I do look forward to reading it. It looks interesting. Hopefully it's actually interesting. The Librarian of Auschwitz. I always try to read this. Like, you don't understand how many times I've picked it up and said, "Okay, you're gonna finish it." And every time, I don't finish it. It's like, it's not that it's bad, I just read too many other books. Oh yeah. Okay, The Golden Compass. Same deal with this one. I have never read it. I've literally had it for years. When I'm in between, you know, like I stopped going to the library, nothing else on the shelf looks appealing, I'll pick this up. It's an endless loop. Okay, yay, guys! Oh, we made it to the bags. Yay! Okay, 7 Husbands of Evelyn, Hugo. I'm gonna read this right away. It ends with us. I'm gonna read this right away. I have been wanting to get those from the library for so long, you don't understand. Okay, The Women of Chateau Lafayette. I hope that I'm saying that right. Kate Quinn, the author of my favorite book, said that it's a masterpiece. So, I have high hopes. And then, oh yes, The German Midwife and The Secret Orphan. Great books. If you're looking for tame World War II historical fiction novels, you should read these two. The Last Bookshop in London. Have not read this one. but it looks interesting. And I just got a butt ton of books today, which is why they're in bags. The Personal Librarian also looks interesting. It smells good. Uh-oh. Stay. Okay. Ooh, The Christie Affair. That looks interesting as well. The Paris Library. Yeah. That's a really pretty cover. Okay, last one of this bag. The Bookshop of Yesterdays. Sounds interesting. Okay. Home stretch. We're just gonna... This is a giant book called Under the Dome. And, it's huge. It's, I'm gonna say, yeah, 1,000 pages. So, that's fun. That is definitely, like, if you're gonna read that, you cannot read that in bed. Because, guys, this is how you're just starting, right? Like, you're on page 72. I don't think that you understand the impracticalities of this. It definitely looks like it'll be a good book, but like, yeah. We begin at the end. I feel like I've heard a lot about. So, interested to read that. Wunderland. Another good looking one. Firefly Lane. I have not heard of this. But yeah, it looks interesting. Sold on Monday. That looks like it's gonna be sad. The Indigo Girl. This has a very interesting feeling cover. It's like, it's very stiff. It's like a painting. The Scent Keeper. Interesting. And then we got One Must Tell the Bees. I'm not sure what this is about. Okay. Next Year in Havana. And lastly, Hamnet. Well, I hope you enjoyed. That's a lot of books. I have a lot of books. So, yeah, thank you for watching. I'll try and find some Amazon links for at least a few of these books. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye! Ooh! We're getting low on space here. Okay. Holy, 1 second. But wait, there's more. This is it. So I have nowhere to sit, so we're gonna do some mild rearranging and then we'll get on with the video. Okay. Short intermission, but we're back. Not too much drama. If you're picking up what I'm laying down. It's definitely mature, but not in certain ways. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a smaller book, yeah. I'll try.